anyway? I mean, people are often worried about automation and the impact it will have on jobs. So I mean, what were your thoughts on that?
That's a very important point. That's a very important question. And so indeed, it's not. I mean, when people don't know about it, uh, we always fear what we don't know. Okay, and that's one of the purpose why we wrote this book, is really to inform, educate the largest audience on what it is, and what are the reasons why we shouldn't fear it, but we should embrace it. That said, so as I said, intelligent automation helps every one of us, knowledge workers, every one of us, to relieve ourselves from transactional, repetitive, boring, non-exciting activities, and free up our time to focus on what really matters, where we will add the value, things that we never have the time to do. Okay, I never have the time to meet once a week with each of my team members. Okay, that's because I'm doing too much of those non-productive meetings or managing non-productive emails. And technology IA can help us to reduce this, eliminate these things. Okay, so that we really can focus on what makes sense, what is value add, which is relationship, which is creativity, which is generating insights. And on top of this, so intelligent automation helps us to become superhumans, to be able to read an X-ray and just in a fraction of seconds be able to identify whether there is a tumor or not. Okay, that's that said, we don't know what will be the impact in the future of such an automation. And if you remember what happened in the previous industrial revolutions, it was the same. People were scaring about their jobs. And what happened is every time there has been new jobs created. Okay, who knew 10 years ago that that in our world today, there would be 3 million Uber drivers. 10 years ago, nobody could even have guessed it. Okay, so there is a school of thought that says new jobs will be created, new job activities will come thanks to this new technology. There is, on the other extreme, the school of thoughts that says, and that is mainly constituted of researchers, of Elon Musk, or Stephen Hawking. They say, yeah, guys, but this time it's different. This time the pace of the change is definitely increased. The nature of the automation is very different. We are not talking about manual work. We are talking about intelligence. We are talking about what made us different from automation over the previous revolutions. So we've analyzed in the detail those different ideas and pros and cons, and we think that the actual scenario will be somewhere in the middle. But most importantly, we think that we need to prepare our world for both scenarios. Okay, we don't want in 20 years from now to tell to our kids, we knew there would be two extreme scenarios, but we didn't do anything. Okay, so we need to do something, and we owe that to our kids. So we identified imperatives that need to be put in place to make sure that this doesn't happen. Okay, those two scenarios are managed, and the risks are managed, and you've seen them in one of the latest slides I shared with you. It's about rethinking education on taking into consideration where we human are unique and different from technology, where technology will never be able to play a role, where we really work on the complementarity between ourselves and technology. And this should be implemented at school now. Okay, and we don't. I mean, in some cases it is, but in most cases we don't see it being implemented. We need education to be more focused on creativity, on how to connect different complex problems that are different the one from the others, but that can help to solve a solution. This is something that technology will never be able to do. We need to, most importantly, I think, to learn how to learn. Okay, it's really adaptability will be a critical aspect in the future, I think. We need our kids to be able to cope with the pace of the change. So education is one of those imperatives, and there are four other ones that I shortly introduced to you a few minutes ago. And for the sake of time, I won't go through all of this. Sorry for the long reply. You know, it's difficult when you're passionate. Huh?